Alright, welcome back guys. We are the Top Cut, and this is part 2 of our post-regional show. We will be taking viewer questions pretty soon. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know if we got an okay from the crowd.
Crowd. We got an okay.
Alright, well, real quick, we're still talking about the playmats. Playmat submissions, check out the topcut.net, and if you guys have any good ideas, like say... Oh, I got a good one. I got a real good one. The greatest theoretical mind.net, or no, not .net, but the greatest theoretical mind and the Top Cut. If you guys want to make a playmat of that would be awesome. I'm sure at least I would get it. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, just go ahead and shoot them out. If you, obviously we'll choose the winner, and we'll get those playmats made, hopefully by nationals, and
that playmat's not getting made, that's for sure.
That would absolutely get made. The greatest theoretical mind and friends. Something like that. That would be awesome. Come on now.
Not even you would buy that.
And company.
I think you would buy it and then have like buyer's remorse. He'd be like, "Why did I get this?"
Oh man, playmat requirement must have a picture of the bouncing cat. Bouncing cat. All right. So yeah, please go ahead and submit your guys' playmat. And hopefully we'll get a good one. Either way, back to viewer questions. Yeah, go ahead and ask them, Kyle, because I still can't figure it out.
Alright, great. Number 1, from Luke Patterson. Hey, I was just wondering if you guys have any idea about Selby Prime being outdated in current and future decks, and what type of deck builds could be coming out with the Dark Explorers. So I guess main question is, will Celebi Prime still be relevant with the new set coming out?
Well, that Dark Trainer is pretty good, and it's also energy acceleration.
Sure. I mean, I don't think any of us has looked into Dark Explorers format, so until proven otherwise, I'd say sure.
Yeah, to expand on that, even though I agree with Pram, I think that for the most part, most of us are going to be trying to make that trainer work, the energy acceleration trainer. If that doesn't work, then my guess is old reliable is obviously the Celebi, and then obviously the electric as well. But I mean, everybody gets excited for energy acceleration, and the fact that it's in trainer form now is pretty cool. So we'll try for that, but if that doesn't work, then Celebi's always a backup.
Doesn't the Dark Trainer only work on Dark Pokemon? So
yeah, which is fine because
Celebi,
you still have your double colors for your Tornadus, and you still have your Zoroark to deal the 140 damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you would run Tornadus if you're running Dark Patch, but like you'd probably just go like Zoroark, Darkrai, maybe Weevil, something like that, and just
cross your fingers you don't place Terrakion.
Nah, you do 140 to Terrakion.
Full steam ahead, man.
Yeah.
Terrakion should be able to outrace you.
No.
Brush your shoulder back as you're throwing Terrakions.
Like this is what you do. You just Ascension, and you like put your jacket on, you zip it up, and then they're just like energy go, and you're just like, okay, 140. I feel good.
In a perfect world where you get 6 dark Pokemon in play, and the tool. Not bad.
Well, you don't need all 6. You can get 5, right? And then you can just have like
dark
the tool, right? And that's 120 with 1 dark energy. It's 130.
Yeah, you get special power.
Yeah.
Like your pseudo plus power.
Yeah,
see,
that's what special dark does.
All you need is 5 and turn 2 Zoroark.
Well,
and
turn 2 Zoroark just comes with a Zorua.
Yeah, essentially.
Learn your cards, man.
Easy to do. Easy to pull off if you're Michael Pram.
I think it's actually easy to pull off if you're
it's
anyone. You just gotta have some way to get basics.
It's so much easier if you're Pram, though. That's just basic.
Yeah, you're
well,
just
I think Celebi is still going to be useful, but we'll probably see a lot of people try out Dark decks, for sure, because it's the new stuff.
Yep.
And it's good. I mean, it's not just new, it's good.
Yeah. Okay. From Dax Edmiston, says he's posting the question now because he won't be here tonight in time for the show. Good foresight. Says, what got y'all into Pokemon, and do you see fighting type decks doing well at Battle Roads, etc. after Dark Explorers comes out? And he also wants to know what made us start this show.
So I guess
What got you into Pokemon? Why do we start this show? And I think we all agree fighting type decks will do well.
So 2 stories down memory lane, and then yeah, fighting types will probably do fine.
All right, I'll start. I started playing Pokemon Red and Blue when my friend Primetime told me about the games, and I was instantly hooked. He started with Charmander, so obviously I started with Squirtle. Fell in love at first sight. Never got away from Squirtle. And yeah, I mean the TC2 is just a natural progression. At that point, my other friend Factory, he just told me that the game had just come out, and we each bought him a Champ starter deck, and I'll never forget to this day, I played a Machoke over a Machoke, and I I just told him, like, dude, Machoke evolves into Machoke, and you remove all the damage counters. I mean, it's that simple.
He still cheats to this day.
He's just like, are you sure that's the way it's supposed to go? Yeah, dude, I read it in the rule book.
That's why you played 4 of them, right?
He and I still talk about that story all the time. Literally, he won't let me forget it. And that's the story of how I got into the card game. After that, it's just, how can I not keep playing after that? Give me a break. 13 years later, here I am. Awesome.
Drew, how'd you get started?
I think I got Nintendo Power when I was a kid, and they were hyping up Pokemon video games, so I naturally got it. And I used to live in an apartment building when I was growing up, so like all the kids in the building were playing it. And we sort of got into the cards, and then there was a league at the Toys R Us, which was like 5 minutes down the street. So I started going to that, and I mean it was just luck, but everyone that I played with, that plays now still, like Tom Dolezal, like Sam Binger, all those kids were playing at that league, and we all sort of grew up and kept playing cards. So here I am now.
You ever get that Nintendo Power with the Pro Mewtwo?
I don't, man.
Oh, was that the Mewtwo that was like by the original US drawer guy did the one that was
no, not that one. I don't think.
Yeah.
It was the bad one with telekinesis.
Yeah. Oh, the movie, or rather, the Mewtwo I'm thinking of came from like a movie.
Yeah. Came from. Go.
I just looked it up. Energy control and telekinesis.
Oh, we're
movie,
losing
and
Kyle.
then I think the other one came from like buying the DVD or something.
Yeah.
Adios, Kyle.
Oh no.
We're good.
See my.
Sort of. Anyways,
hold on. Let me read this promo Mewtwo. 60 HP, energy control, flip a coin of heads, choose a basic energy, attach to one of your opponent's Pokemon, attach it to another of your opponent's Pokemon. Wow, that's its first attack, and then the second attack is triple energy for telekinesis. 30 damage. Jeez.
Not good.
Alright, I'll go with my story. Yeah, you're back. Just wait for your internet to stabilize. So basically, one of my school friends was into Pokemon. I had never heard of it before, and then he was like, yeah, there's a show and a video game with it. So, I watched an episode of the show. I was like, this is really cool. There's like little monsters running around. And then I played the video game, and I think I was hooked on that. And then the next progression was the cards. So like, eventually I like came across a Diglett, and was like, oh, there's rules to these. And because like honestly, you see like the energy symbols, and you're just like, I don't even know what these mean, right? So then you figure out the rules. You get introduced to there's a game, there's rules. And I started going to a card shop called the Lucky Frog, which I don't believe is there anymore. But but
Shed a tear.
Yeah.
Lucky Frog.
And that's where I met a lot of good friends there too.
Rest in peace, Lucky Frog.
Yeah, it was a nice tour.
Not so lucky with its business.
Well, it was in a bad location, but it was a fun store. And yeah, that's where I got my start in the TCG.
Alright, so for me, one day, just in the car with my brother, and he pulled out his Game Boy, the giant Game Boy, the gray one.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even have the color screen. Put in his Pokemon Red. I was like, what's that? And then he's like, none of your business. And eventually I found out what it was. And he picked this Charmander. I was like, oh, it's the coolest thing ever. So that's where I got started with Pokemon. But then my oldest brother was like, oh, there's a card game that goes with this. So he actually ordered a box base set from Wizards of the Coast, their store. We got it delivered to our house, opened it up, and then we're like, alright, let's figure out how to play. So that was what we did for like the next month. Just build decks, start playing. It was a fun way to play with my brothers. That's really how I got started. He taught me most I know from Pokemon, and eventually they stopped playing, but I kept playing. I went to my local card shop, which was M&M Sports Cards, which unfortunately
Adios, Kyle.
also closed down.
See you, Kyle.
I went there and I won a couple tournaments. What? Did I get cut off?
A little bit. You're kind of breaking up, but basically your card shop had the same fate as the Lucky Frog.
Yeah. Mine was named M&M instead. But that's where it all started. And I made a name for myself by beating the local card shop's champion, taking down his Exeggutor Venusaur deck.
I remember I was so bad at deck building back then too. Like my big strategy was just like, I'll play Arcanine Charizard, and what you do, this is going to be really in-depth strategy. What you do is you wall with Arcanine because it has so much HP, and then you put like 12 energies on Charizard, and you can put DCEs on Charizard too because it turns into fire. And then your one Charizard with 12 energies just gets in there and just knocks out everything.
Man, I was always a master at deck building. My very first like good deck was Venus Center. So good, such a good deck. And then I got stomped by a Wigglytuff. This is before I knew about the internet. I was like, what? This card is so broken.
Do you remember Beckett's Pokemon magazine?
Yeah.
I used to like.
Oh, man.
I was so bad at deck building. I used to like take decks out of there and just build it. I was like, oh man, this deck is so good. Venusaur, yes.
Did you guys know about Scry magazine back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay, it was a big deal for us in my community. And my store that I started off with was FanQuest. And before I got good, before I was actually even good at the game, we had monthly tournaments, and they were like win-a-box tournaments, and I won 5 of those in a row. And that was a huge deal back then. I mean, this is before I was actually like really good at the game, or even remotely good at the game. And I was just on cloud 9, and I would always have like my Scry magazine with my name on there as the champion. And I was so proud. Like that was like up to when I actually got good at the game. That was by far the proudest moment.
Do you remember you used to draw 2 cards for Mulligan?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
The ancient days. Yeah.
And you could retreat as much as you want. But you had no way to get any cards back until like Team Rocket.
Yeah.
You were just like, oh, these cards are gone forever.
Just like Professor Oak, goodbye cards.
And how Bill would. Did you ever notice Bill always drew into Bill? Like he would start off with 1 bill,
Of course.
and then somehow throughout that turn you've gone through 4 bills just naturally.
Because I used it on
Item finder.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember Professor Oak was so bad in my opinion back then. I was like, oh, this card is terrible. Why would I ever want to get rid of cards? Hey. That's why my Venus Center never beat Wigglytuff. Because I didn't like Professor Oak.
Yeah, I'm sure that was why.
Yes, it was. Because when it's set up on turn 20, it was unbeatable.
Hey,
That's why I ran out of Pokemon
it
centers.
sounds like my Charizard idea. On turn 20, you're good.
I think everybody
right
at
now.
some point wanted to try Venusaur and Charizard together.
I built that on the Game Boy game.
It's like
I had Blastoise and Charizard, man. I was above that.
something plus Charizard, yes. Everybody,
Yeah.
I think, tried that at some point. Charizard was just the best.
I wish I
I was gonna say something else. Oh, actually, when Jungle came out, I actually did use Wigglytuff. That was the first thing I used. That's why I like swept all my local tournaments.
Look
So,
at you.
I think the first thing
Yeah.
I did was like, Clefairy has a
Yeah,
Clefable.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I played this like all colorless deck plus Scyther.
Yeah, I played Haymaker. After that, I was playing Electabuzz Hitmonchan with Scyther and Clefable, because I was just like, I don't know why I thought Clefable was so great. I just was just like, oh my god, I can copy Super Punch or something for one.
All right.
Yeah,
what was the other question?
Well, I'm almost done. Alright. Let me relive. Let me relive my childhood, okay?
Man, I already went through 4 hours of your life story.
Alright. My deck, okay, was Wigglytuff, Clefable, Dodrio, and Scyther, and I still don't know why there was a Dodrio in there, but there was.
Yeah. We were bad back then. We just had like like there's just cards where like back then we were just convincing ourselves, yeah, that's the best combo ever, and now we're just like, what were we thinking? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Venus Center was good. I don't care what you guys say.
Like for some reason I set myself up to play like Gengar for like 6 months with the fossil one, and then that was like my deck. I was just like Gengar Gambler. I was like, yeah, dude, I played like 4 Gambler.
This is where it all started for you.
I was like,
Cycle too.
I don't know. I think I may have played Recycle to get a Gambler, but basically, what would happen was like I would play Gambler, I would flip heads, I'd draw 8. But when I flip tails, right? It was always a Gambler or an Oak that came off the 1. So I'd be like, oh, this makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't I play 4 Gambler?
That's where it all started. Alright, now we can move on, I think. So the next question is from Edmund Nell. I think that's short for Nelson. And I just want to say, I was talking with Drew and Pram about this before the show, and this guy, I appreciate his passion, but he wrote about a 2-page question. So I don't think we'll be able to get through all of it. I'll just ask the first.
We didn't finish answering the last.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, what made us start this show?
Yeah.
Who wants to answer?
Well, I think we'll just speak honestly. 3 of us are kind of big StarCraft buffs, and there is, if you're in StarCraft, you probably know about the show called State of the Game, and we thought that show was pretty cool. And so we also noticed there was a huge lack of any Pokemon tournament coverage at all, and so we basically came to the conclusion that if no one's going to do it unless we start doing it ourselves, and so we started up with but this was like we started this up like a month before Nationals, so like originally we kind of wanted to start a little more planned out, but because Nationals was so close by, we just kind of was like, okay, what can we throw together really quickly and just get our name out there really quick for Nationals, and that's how we got started up.
Yes.
The main thing was just, we all saw, like, for me it was StarCraft.
You're going to have to start over.
Okay, wow, constant streaming and...
Start over.
Like, can you hear me again?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Go for it now.
Okay. Really
All right.
quickly.
No, let him take his time.
No, well, I'm afraid if he doesn't go fast, he'll just like run out of time where his internet's just like, no, you can't talk anymore.
That makes it more interesting.
Keeps you in line.
Alright, so for me it was StarCraft, just seeing how many streams and tournaments and videos you could see all the time, and I was just Like, why doesn't this exist for Pokemon if it exists for Magic? And somebody had to do it because Pokemon Company wasn't doing it for us. And, who better than the people who play the game? So that was kind of my motivation to start. And if Pokemon doesn't do these things, it's never going to get anywhere. It's never going to get bigger. Prizes are always going to stay the same. And we're just going to be stuck in a rut forever. So that's why we started.
Yeah, and one thing I want to add on is, I think all four of us really do share like a passion for the game. Like for one reason or another, all four of us actually really genuinely love this game. So it was easy. It was very, very easy for us to just be like, you know what, let's do it. It's not like we don't even look at it as a job or anything. I mean, obviously, because it's not, but we don't look at it as a chore. It's fun.
Yeah.
We all look really, we look forward to this, and it's just cool to be able to talk to people.
Alright, what was the question?
By the way,
Yours
this
says
promo
Wii.
Mewtwo is $28, man. $28 for that Nintendo Power thing.
What? I got that
Yeah.
somewhere.
I think I
On
still
the
have mine
cash
somewhere.
in.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, dude, that was rare. You only got it through Nintendo Power.
Yeah, no, I had a ton of that.
That's $28. Yet Mewtwo is still like $80.
What else? Do you guys remember the gold border Meowth you can only get from like Fruit by the Foot?
Yeah.
No.
I got one of those.
Oh, I heard about that, but I never.
I have a couple cool Porygons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of like. Oh, do you remember these square
Porygon.
Neo Discovery cards? Like
No.
some of them, there's like some miscuts, and then there were just
What
they came
else?
out like square.
There was the Meowth.
Or
Meowth you
rectangular.
can only get from the Game Boy.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
I got a promo Pikachu, like the first one, the Ivy one, as a first edition stamp.
That's pretty rare.
Yeah, it's like $100 or something.
Yeah.
I tried to sell it on eBay once, and it sold for like $100, and the guy never paid me.
Whoa.
Rough piece. So I still have it.
For those of you wanting to buy it for 100.
I got a Pikachu World Collection.
Yeah, I still got that somewhere.
Yeah, I got that from 2002 Worlds.
I got it from. I made top 8 at a stadium challenge one year. They gave it to me.
Yeah.
I got Dream Crush by Tom Dozel.
How's it taste? You got
Did
your
not
revenge.
taste good. Like
your
Cleffa. Like Cleffa. He had a Pichu active, and I had Cleffa, and I didn't flip for Baby Blue. So.
Oh no.
Well,
No.
Alright, what's the next question?
Alright, from Dwayne Bomberg Schomburg. What do you guys think about Landorus and Groudon EX with EXP shares and stuff?
Was that the 2-page long question?
No. We're moving on.
Skip this question.
Then he says,
Oh.
congrats to Puka, so thank you.
Alright,
What was
so
the question?
Landorus and Groudon EX.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to say this, but Groudon is not Terrakion, so it doesn't destroy faces as much.
Groudon does 20 for 2 energies, right?
Yeah.
And then 10 to the bench.
20 and 10 to the bench, yeah. That's
And then it does 80 and then 120 if they've already got 20 damage on them.
Yep.
I think so.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I mean,
One
it's no
redeeming quality it has is that it
180
resists.
HP. And it's weak to water, not grass, which is good. Yeah, no, I mean, it's still bad. It sucks that its first attack isn't good. If its first attack was even... I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Well, it doesn't know retaliate.
Yeah, I mean, basically, that's the big deal. Is if you can start knocking things out for 2 energies, then it's pretty good. But at this rate, like, what you have to do is you have to hope that they have a time on play for you to be actually able to get good mileage out of your Groudon. So, no bueno. But
Might be
I have a
alright.
request.
It'll be a good
I have a request, my friend. You skipped a 2-page long question. That's not fair. This guy put a lot of effort into it. Can we at least get some sort of a question out of him?
Yeah, Kyle.
I asked the first question. Do you want me to read the rest of it? I'll read it all.
No,
No, just give us Cliff Notes, because I remember you already read it to me. I don't even remember it
Yeah, it was a long one. It actually says warning, wall of text ahead.
Oh.
I appreciate
Okay.
it.
Well, thanks for the warning. That just makes me not want to read it.
No. Come on, guys. This guy actually like
the heel.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Guys.
Nah, I mean,
two
like,
heels in the top cut.
that's what we have. Like, there's a
I
there's
didn't
a
even
format.
ask the first question, did I? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You didn't. Exactly.
You didn't.
But I did. Alright, so he asked, do you think that Zekrom Electric Mewtwo decks are going to remain strong against everything in the future?
Sure.
Yeah, they're strong. They're strong cards right now. I mean,
So
they
when the
don't
new
remain
sets
strong.
come out,
but I
is
just think the cards-
Zekrom Electric going to be good still? That's his question.
I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I mean,
Sure.
it's just a good mechanic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would agree. They're just too strong. Zekrom is still a really strong card, and Electric is the best energy accelerator probably ever. Think about it.
Ever?
Stage 1.
Is there a basic energy accelerator that did something similar? I can't think of
The
one.
next best thing is probably
Blastoise EX?
Blastoise EX.
My boy Blaze gets a shout out. Or
What
type
did Blastoise EX do? I feel like Glance.
Well, what
Man,
about
go
turn 2 Zapdos? That had a pretty good energy acceleration method. And it was a basic.
That doesn't count.
I know.
Alright, what were this guy's
That
other
was
questions?
nightmares.
His next question was about a deck that he was thinking of. About Mew Prime with Dark decks with Absol Prime.
Too much.
What is Absol? Oh, never mind.
Just keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it more simple.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's probably not good.
Now move on.
Alright,
Apologize
we're gonna
for
move
not
on.
asking the first question, though. I meant. Alright, so from Andrew Huss, how will the new EXs affect the metagame? And what are your thoughts on Random Receiver, the new trainer?
Random receiver, play 4 of it.
What does it do?
What is that?
Quick
Keep
balls.
flipping over cards until you reveal a supporter, and then you take it.
Play 4 of it.
Wait. You would actually play for that?
Yeah.
Don't
Would
think
you
I
just...
I would play
sorry,
4
Kyle?
of it.
I don't think I would play for
I mean, it's good if you play... Well, let's say you play 4 Juniper and 4 that.
Well, think about it. You can cut your supporters down. Say
Yeah,
games
that's
can
what I'm
only
trying
go
to
to
say.
like 10 turns. Say you only get to play like 10 turns, roughly. Maybe 11. You only need 10-ish supporters. So
Wait, but you discard the other cards?
No, they shuffle back in.
Okay, there's no back.
that. That would be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, at that point you just don't play the card.
Yeah, I just when I heard you guys say discard.
So yeah, I mean, you play 4 of it. That way you can go, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to only play like 10 supporters. And every time I hit this card,
Oh, I guess you can play a couple hands.
yeah, you can play like 4 3N, 4N, whatever. And then the rest Junipers, 10, 11 supporters. And then just go nuts.
I don't know about playing 4 of it, but I think it's good. Especially if you make sure that you have only good draw supporters.
Mm-hmm.
No funny business with seekers or anything like
No
that.
collectors, no seekers. Yeah, of course. You can't play like those weird, the more utility supporters if you're playing that.
Seems good. I don't know about 4, but I like it. I think it's a good card.
It'll
And
replace Pokegear in the decks that don't play Collector. Yeah.
oh, and the second one is the EXs. How will they impact the format?
It's Raikou, Groudon, and what is it, Entei?
Tornadoes?
Tornadoes.
Oh, Tornadoes, yeah, Tornadoes.
Kyogre and Darkrai. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're all pretty good except for Kyogre. I can't remember what it does.
I think the three
No,
the three
Kyogre.
obviously good ones are Raikou, Tornadus, and Darkrai.
Dark.
So those three will definitely have an immediate impact. I think Raikou has a little bit of a double-edged sword. I mean, it's better than Zekrom EX probably, but you can still run into that situation where you just get Terrakion for 2 prizes. And I think because of the Dark deck, the dark. This is a dark set. Terrakion will see more play than it has before, and considering that out of the 9 regionals we had, Zekrom Electric won 8 of them. So you will see a fighting surge, definitely.
Okay.
Yep. The new EXs are pretty good. Half of them. There's no way those cards won't get played.
But they have pretty balanced weaknesses. Like
Yeah.
they're easy to deal with if you're playing the right deck.
In a way, I kind of don't like it because it turns it more into like a rock paper scissors sort of thing, where it's like, you have the weakness for my EX. Oh, you do. Okay. If you don't, oh, my cards are a lot stronger than yours.
Never happy. Always gotta be complaining.
I mean, this format is just going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, Ask Fast is the last format, if not better. Or faster, I mean.
Yeah. It's not slowing down anytime soon. Alright, so Justin Fearless Sanchez calling me out. Says, how does Kyle feel about the Bucks now making the playoffs this year? And
It's
how
expected.
will they fare next season?
Expected. Still going to be bad. Moving on.
First of all, Bucks are not out of the playoffs yet. Only back 2 games. They play the Sixers on the last night of the season. Sixers are currently in 8th. It's going to be a big game. All right, they're not out of it. So I ask you that question in a couple weeks when the season's over.
My boy Evan Turner's gonna light you up. Woo! No.
So moving on to a guy who has a bunch of consonants and random vowels.
Never fails to ask a question.
Never fails to troll us either. He asked if you could wipe Yuma, Arizona, off the face of the earth, would you do it?
You're a rude dude. That is one rude dude.
See, I don't think I know what he's going for, and I don't think that solves the problem because Krim would just move somewhere else.
Calling me a cockroach?
I didn't say anything. I just said I'm just recognizing on what he's considering the problem of Yuma, and I'm just stating that his solution would not solve the problem. It would just lower the number of locations where Krim here would be able to reside.
Man, Yuma is a pretty big hellhole. let's be honest. Hottest city in the United States.
Well, I mean, there was a. I mean, I don't want to get rid of Yuma because I like that movie 310 to Yuma. Have you seen it?
The movie's already been made, so.
We're historical, man. We're a landmark.
Yeah. All I know is
I wouldn't wipe Yuma off the face of the earth because it's the birthplace of the one and only Prime Time.
I was seriously expecting for you to say like the birthplace of Host Swagger. I was like, what? Alright.
He's got my back. Wait a minute.
And Noe and Lanston. So.
Oh, Lanston's from Yuma?
Yeah, man. The Yuma clan.
Alright. There's some good apples.
And Wamby, he's from there. I'll name everybody in Prim's family. Little Kal-El, he's from there.
Little nephew.
No, I'll keep it around.
Thank you.
Drew, what do you think? Wipe Yuma off the face of the earth?
Just say yes.
I can't wipe anywhere off the face of the earth. That's just not cool. Not cool.
He's just giving the politically correct answer.
Keep trolling. Keep trolling.
Right. From Carlos Duran Jr. Yes, will Jason Kaczynski ever be a full member of the Top Cut? Now I'm sure he's asking this because Jason was actually kind enough to provide commentary for the finals for regionals for Wisconsin over this past weekend. He did a pretty good job. So people are just wondering if he is going to do more with us. And the answer is I don't think so. He's not really affiliated with us, but he does help out from time to time whenever he feels like it. He's got other stuff to do in his life. He doesn't want to commit to working with us, so we will gladly take his help whenever, but no, he will never be a full member, I don't think. But I'm sure if he has time at Nationals, he'll be helping us out with some stuff. So, okay.
So many politically correct answers.
That's the truth. Alright.
Bro, let's just say the truth. No, we don't want him on here. Are you kidding me? The guy's lamer than...
Lamer than what? You gonna be politically correct now?
I was gonna say lamer than you, but then I was gonna actually have to take that statement back. If he's not lamer than somebody, it's you. Continue.
Jeez. Alright, from Michael Battaglia. Do you think it's a bad thing that battle roads have become so competitive and a last-minute destination for championship points? Because previously it was a more relaxed tournament for new players to get into the game. We now have less small tournaments to get to. Or do you think it's better that all tournaments are getting competitive? So battle roads becoming competitive, good or bad?
I think competition's always a good thing. Like, if you're a new player and you get to see that there's so many people who are playing these tournaments, I think that's great. I mean, they'll be like, hey, there's so many people who come here. I can come here and play, and I'm not playing against people who are just terrible. They actually know what they're doing. Things like that. So yeah, competition's good stuff.
Anyone else?
I didn't hear the question. I was too busy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm running out of things to drink.
Our okay, basic. Pay attention. I'm gonna snap at you this time. So basically, the question is, are you fine with battle roads being this competitive compared to how lax it was in previous years? And I forget what the other part of the question was.
I don't like the fact that battle roads are this competitive. I said it at the beginning of the season. I'll say it again. Kyle was trying to say something, but he chopped out. Kyle? Or is it me?
Sure did.
Oh no. Might be me.
No, it's
Yeah. It's me.
What were you trying to say, Kyle?
I was just simplifying the question. Are battle roads being competitive, good or bad?
No.
No,
That's not answer the question.
no is not an answer to good or bad. Is it good or bad? Yes.
So,
Yes, it is. What?
Alright, so, I said at the beginning of the season, I'm still sticking to it. I think battle roads should be something for more amateur players, for people that just kind of want to have fun at these tournaments. And they're not cutthroat by any means, but they're a lot more competitive than they were meant to be. So I just think that city championships and above should be competitive. Battle road should still be kind of like a little stepping stone for these amateur players to start getting better.
And I'll kind of recall.
And amongst themselves.
I'll kind of recall what my argument was for it should be competitive. It's been a while since I thought about this, though. Okay, so basically, I think competition's good. It brings out better. It makes players better faster. So you don't have people who have been playing Pokemon for 5 years, right? And then they go to a city and just get blown out of the water. You gotta get them used to somewhat the competition some way, right? So Battle Roads is a good way to do it. And I think the old philosophy of Battle Roads should be super lax is just an old way of thinking that just can just go. It doesn't there's other venues to where you can play casual. There's League, first of all. If you just want to hang out and play Pokemon, there's League. There's local tournaments, and there's whenever this comes up online, you can just play Pokemon online whenever that finishes. If that finishes, we'll see. But I was a little more enthusiastic about that option back in November or September, something like that. But yeah, I think competition for battle roads is fine, and I think people bum rushing for the last few points is fine, because these are the people who are going to be like really desperate for battle road points. Are the people who were like, okay, I did decent. I didn't do super well, but I didn't do super bad either. And so, whereas the people who did either super well or super bad are like battle roads, it doesn't even matter for me anymore. So I think the spring battle roads are going to be fine.
So your argument for battle roads being more competitive, being a good thing, is that you think it's okay for somebody like, say, Kyle, who, if he was in a worse position when he came to championship points, like let's say he was at 47 or something like that, and he really, was shooting for the last few points, if it was that, it's okay for Kyle to just go in there and compete against other people who are in his same position and just take over these tournaments, where these other Wisconsin players who, these were their only tournaments that they actually happened to win back in the day, where they now are just getting, obviously destroyed. Which again, it's fine. This happens all the time at cities championships. This is what ends up happening at these things, where the less competitive players, jump into the big tournaments, and of course they know that they're not going to win. Let's be honest. I've talked to several players who they go to the tournament, going, yeah, I'm not expecting to do very well, but hey, I came because it's 20 minutes away, or I came because it's a half hour away, and I wanted to have fun. That's the mentality that these players have when it comes to city championships. The mentality that they had when it came to battle roads, at least I'm going to assume, is, all right, let's try to get one of these victory medal cards or whatever, because that was realistic back then. That was realistic a year ago, 2 years ago. Now, it's not even close to realistic. So, yeah, I think that they should do away with competitive battle roads, because that's what city championships are for. I don't think that the argument that people are going to appreciate being able to get better at the game is very good, because that's what they have city championships for. They go to battle roads knowing that it's a small tournament and that it's going to have a small turnout. So, that's just my little argument for it, and it's not that big of a deal either way. I'm not saying I'm disappointed in Pokemon for doing this, but I would like to see them go back to being a little less competitive.
I don't mind either way. It's just like, it's like one side of the player base is gonna like either this version or the other version better. The more competitive player base is obviously gonna like this version of Battle Roads, because think about it. In the previous versions, they didn't even go. Like, he had like two series of tournaments where a majority of the player base who were thinking about going to nationals to try and win didn't even go to Battle Roads. Why? Because it wasn't worth their time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And now you're suddenly seeing Battle Roads hit astronomical numbers compared to previous times, and that's a bad thing?
Mm-hmm. I honestly believe so. I believe that these people were going there for a reason that their reason for going to these battle roads isn't just to have fun for a weekend. Their reason to go for these battle roads is because it's a crucial element to.
Well, if you want to have fun for a weekend, you can just go play League. That's what it's there for.
That's different. Like, again, if these tournaments were meant for competitive players, and they wouldn't offer victory medals as prizes.
Yeah.
So, either way, if they're going to be doing if they're going to keep battle roads as competitive tournaments, then I would like to see them make them into actual tournaments. Like, first of all, don't call them battle roads. Second of all, like, call them, make them smaller. But
now we're just talking about aesthetics.
Yeah. Either way, yeah. Like I said, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Okay.
I just saw Drew do this number, and I was like, all right, I guess it's time to end it.
You guys got that, Phil?
No.
No, we're just gonna have different opinions. It's fine.
Alright.
You all said your piece?
Yeah, I think you covered it. So, next question.
Alright. From John Roberts II. Cool guy, I met him over the weekend. Says, Tapuka, I'm the top 4 player who played CMT with Curum. I don't think you got to see my deck in action, but do you think it'll be viable come nationals?
Curum,
so he
yes.
ran What's it?
Kirim EX?
No, just the normal one.
Top 4.
Yeah, he made top 4 regionals, and it was just kind of a normal CMT deck, but it had some grass and some water, and he ran Kirim as well. So it was an interesting twist on the deck. What do you guys think about it?
That one Kirim with a late game end can just destroy heals, like hands down. Like, if you've noticed they're low on DCEs, they've used a switch here and there, and Kirim with late game Kirim N is like game breaking and total and totally unexpected too. So I think that's actually a pretty cool tech if you can get it out, get it up and going.
Yeah, I think obviously everybody can see that Kirim is just still a ridiculously good card. Glaciate is an absurd attack, 30 to everything. That's unheard of. Still got 130 hit points. With an Eviolite, you give it 150 basically. So I like the option that it gives to kind of steal games where you can, catch or something out and just start glaciating until you knock out a ton of stuff. Because 130 hit points with an Eviolite, normally that doesn't get knocked out in one hit. And I guess the main problem is just getting it powered up. Like, water and grass don't really go well together. So the main challenge for that card was always just powering it up. So if you can manage to drop an energy on it one turn, and then get a Glaciate out of nowhere, maybe with Shaman or something like that, yeah, it's going to be strong. Kyurem's always going to be a strong card. I just don't know how consistent it works out, and how, like, at what cost do you include that in your deck? Does it throw off your energy to the point where your deck doesn't work as well as it should? And does having it in your deck offset those times where your deck's a little less consistent? So I don't know, I haven't tested it all, so if it's worked to this point, I don't see why it wouldn't work on Nationals.
I mean, I guess my question to him would be, you're doing what a lot of players do with Terrakion instead of the Kirim. The reason the Terrakion there is obviously because of Zephyr and Electric. The Kirim reason isn't as obvious, and I can't see the Kirim being better than Terrakion against the most popular matchups. So that's my biggest concern, is you have a better card that you can fit in as a tech, and if you're going to mess up your energy count, then why not mess your energy count up for a Terrakion and not for Kirim?
Well, I think Kirim's better than Terrakion if you get it out.
Well, the problem is that you need 3 energies on it. You need 3
yeah,
energies
I'm
on
saying,
it
like, given, if you just accept that they both get out, right, whatever, and they both out at the same timing, then if you get Kirim out late game, and you like drag up, if you catch her up an eel that has no energy on it, and then you end them down to like 1 or 2, and then you just glaciate 3 times, you win the game, hands down.
So it's kind of like a Hail Mary when you're really far behind.
I mean, you're probably going to be, if you get that to that point in the game, you're probably far behind anyways, or not winning.
I don't know.
It comes out in 2 turns with Selby.
In that matchup?
I'm gonna stick to my.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to my Terrakion idea, just because mostly, even if you do get a Glaciate out, I mean, obviously it's such a big liability against the Mewtwo because it's already got 3 energy in play on it. So
Mewtwo would also need 4 energy.
4 energy.
And
which
you're also overlooking the fact that Terrakion has a 4 retreat cost, and
are you saying that you believe that the Glaciate or the Kirim's better than Terrakion in this type of build?
If you somehow can get them out and powered, yeah.
So, but
I think Terrakion's easier to get out.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Is do you feel like Terrakion isn't better? You don't feel like Terrakion's better?
I feel like if both cards can get up, then
ignore
Kirim's
that.
better.
Which card's better, do you think, for the deck?
I don't know how easy he gets out. I don't know. Maybe he just has like random Prism energies laying around on his field, and he
doesn't play Prism, just grass and water.
I don't know. I'm sure it works for him.
Yeah.
It sounds,
I mean,
fine.
When you think about it at first, you're just like, no, it doesn't work. You don't run water and grass with Selby. That shouldn't work. Fundamentally, that shouldn't work. But when you throw in stuff like, okay, I can catch her out an Electric, and then I'll use Hurricane with Tornadus, and I'll move the water onto Kirim. Seems a little better. Now you got Kirim sitting on your bench with the water. It's got 130 hit points. Probably not going to get catchered up and knocked out. And then when your Tornadus gets knocked out, you send up your Celebi, Forest Breath, put a grass, put a water. There you go. Really shade.
Oh,
So it can work. I'm sure it's a little clunky at times, but it's definitely viable, I think.
And it has a lot less liability than Terrakion does. You start with Terrakion, you're just like, please kill me.
Start with either of those things, and you're not going to be in good shape.
It's much more forgiving with Kirim.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Alright. So yeah, it can work. It's a nice little bit of creativity. So let's move on. From Jacob von Wagner. What do you think of, I guess this is the most popular card of the night, Groudon EX as an addition to Quad Terrakion?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Let's take that as number one.
So,
Terrakion plus Groudon.
I don't like Groudon.
Why are we adding a fifth Terrakion then? Isn't 4 enough?
Sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
just play another revive.
Yeah.
Then you can play, coming soon, Full Art Landorus.
It's already out, actually.
Okay then. Now your deck can be completely full art. You can have full art Terrakion and full art Landorus. Boom.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just don't like Groudon. I mean, let's be honest. It's not very good.
Yeah, I prefer Landorus.
I don't think it works well with the whole EXP shirt thing. Like, okay, you get it fighting.
Oh, dude, it
And
doesn't
then-
work well, period. Like, it's just not a good card.
I just don't like the idea that it's an EX.
So you
Like-
say
Yeah,
Drew,
180 HP is cute, but that doesn't...
let Drew have the floor.
Sorry, man. I'm just saying, you're only doing 20, so it's not that good.
But that
It's
does
just
40
better
versus
effect.
Dynamo.
Oh, yeah.
Drew's
What do you-
awesome. I agree, Drew. I agree.
Drew, what we need to start doing is just whenever Crim's talking, we just talk over him.
Alright, do it.
And we just put him in his place until he just stops.
What's the next question, Crim?
I don't have...
What? What? Yeah?
I don't have...
Okay, so I don't think we all agree that Groudon probably not going to work.
Unlikely. Unlikely in my mind right now. But it could. I mean, I'm not going to say it won't, but it doesn't look... It looks worse than Terrakion at the moment.
Okay, so his next question. Do you think Zekrom Electric and CMT will remain the two most dominant decks in the format?
I got this, guys.
Are you sure? What? Huh?
No.
Is that it? You're not going to explain why?
Yeah.
I can't, because you guys are going to talk
What's the
over
answer?
You know, actually, I was just actually waiting to pounce. I was just like, come on, start talking into a long sentence, and then I'll just run them over.
Alright, the dark Pokemon are...
So basically, what I think is, I think Zekrom Electric has too much.
They have the floor now. I'm good. I've said my piece.
I don't even know what you said.
Alright, this better not be an it doesn't matter moment. But, yeah, the
It
dark
doesn't
Pokemon,
matter what you said.
Dark Pokemon are going to be very good, and that's essentially going to make Terrakion very good. So I think the format's going to warp around that, and slowly but surely. I mean, you're going to have Zekrom Electric, which is really good, but you're going to have the Dark deck, which is really good, but the Fighting deck is going to come out of there. So we'll see something like that happen. But I don't think CMT is going to be able to really do too well anymore. I just think the Dark deck does things a little bit better than...
Well, I think CMT was kind of like on its last leg compared to Zekrom Electric, and the results kind of show it. Most times, like when CMT made it, like when at least at Philly, when CMT was making it deep, it was because CMT was playing decks that weren't Zekrom Electric, and so.
I kind of felt like at my regional, CMT was the deck of the tournament. I think it was actually the most popular thing. It was doing the best. It went undefeated in Swiss, and I feel like it might not just be that good in best 2 out of 3. I don't know why, but for some reason it's not. I never it always did well throughout Swiss, and then it always kind of had high finishes, and then eventually it just kind of crapped out, and it didn't win.
Well, it's because it's the way the mechanics work for the deck aren't as solid as Zekrom Electrics. CMT is just constantly going, okay, I have to have energy in my hand, I have to play around end. If I get end and then like I just won't have energy in my hand. Where CMT's like, or I'm sorry, where Zekrom Electric's like, I get end and then I have energies in my discard and I'm still good. And that's really what it comes down to. Like, just CMT just has to get luckier in late game, and if it gets to late game, well then, good luck.
I just think CMT is like the easiest deck to play, like Kyle said earlier. So you get all those kids bandwagoning on it. And once they got to the top cut, they just lost to better players like Kyle in 2 out of 3 because they can just play better in 2 out of 3.
Maybe.
And yeah,
I mean that's
obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the results speak for themselves. If CMT was a good deck, the deck it would have won a couple regionals, I think.
Yeah, I think when one deck wins 8 regionals out of 9, there's never been a deck that's been that dominant. Let's be honest. Maybe Blaziken. Guardy.
Sure.
I don't. Well, did Guardy win 90% of its regionals?
I think so, yeah.
I can't think of another deck that was out.
I mean, like this is going up into the under 5 decks that's ever been this dominant in a format.
See, the weird thing is it's not like even that dominant. It's winning the tournaments, but it doesn't feel like, oh, this is the best deck. You can't beat this. Like Guardy was. This is the best deck.
Really? Because like I almost feel like every game I lose is not because like the matchup was bad, but simply because like weird things happened. Like I ran out of I got into a supporter drought. If both players draw normal, I feel like Zekrom Electric is just way ahead.
I felt like a well-built CMT had, I don't want to say an edge, but at least 50-50 edge.
Do you think maybe that's why the reason for the disparity between results is because Zekrom Electric is just more developed as a deck? In terms of like the form, in terms of like the standard build, Zekrom Electric is just farther ahead in terms of development.
It was easier to make, or I could never come up with a good CMT list. Like, no matter how hard I tried, I was never happy with that deck. And I think it's tougher to make.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure CMT has its own problems, but I think if you replayed regionals again, you would see maybe a CMT win, maybe a couple, but I still think the majority of decks would be, that one would be Zekrom Electric.
Yeah, probably.
I think the EX trading comes into play too. I was watching Kyle's games and some of them, the only reason why he won was because Zekrom is not EX. He was doing the 2-for-1 prizes.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only reason why he won.
And
But a lot of them come back a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah. Versus, but CMT for that reason behind it can't come back, I think. The two trades off.
I mean, that's just the way the decks are, though. It's just like CMT has no real non-EX option versus Electric. Whereas Electric's just like, I can go a complete game against CMT and not play Mewtwo down ever. Like, those games happen. So. Well, that's because Prim hasn't talked yet. I don't know, I'm hearing you guys fine.
Yeah, it's really bad. I unmuted it.
I don't know.
Either way, your camera's frozen, Kyle.
Everybody's frozen.
Oh.
I don't know how to solve it.
Oh, now everybody came back. Except for Drew.
Can you guys hear me properly?
Well, I know the VOD will be fine.
Drew's
Too
back.
many technical problems tonight, man.
It's because you're back, dude.
I know.
The internet
told
can't handle
Kyle
it.
I wanted to take the night off. He said no. I have a giant text no.
No, absolutely not.
Yes. No.
Alright, so, sounds better, it says.
Alright.
Okay. Alright.
We're not going to start with I can't even remember. Oh yeah, electric. Electric is really good. That's the reason that electric is so good. Come on, man.
Don't get me started on Electros.
You can watch
Yeah,
the
I mean, yeah. Are
YouTube.
you kidding me? It's like Dynamo's amazing. Then you get to electric, which is just ridiculous. Then you see Electros, which just blows your mind.
I was playing
Blows your
Electros
mind.
in the Thunderdome for a while. And towards the end of it.
Bolt
What are you doing to the
That's something you don't admit, man.
Did you ever see
You're
that?
doing
Did
about
you guys
50.
see that picture? Bolt actually used Electros at regionals.
Against Durant.
Yes.
Did he win?
He's like,
So that's why he left
strategy
early.
is they catch up your electric, and then you evolve to Electros, and you win.
It generally doesn't
That's
work
what-
because if electric gets captured up, it dies.
Well, he's got Shaman.
Not versus Durant, man.
Well, versus Durant, you should win anyways.
He just kept wild charging for all his prizes.
Woo!
Wild charge.
Alright, let's move on. Okay. Curran Hill asks, how often do you see people play multiple dual balls at once? Since this practice is more legal than declumping, as you clearly have to play one card at a time. And
Are
I
you
think
telling me
that's
that you go with dual ball, heads,
Like they
tails,
go-
tails, mixer?
They go
dual
like
ball, flip two,
Yeah.
then they go, okay, I'm just going to play another one, and dual ball, and then flip the other two.
the way I interpreted the question was they just play dual ball and
Yeah.
roll 4 coins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
I mean, that's the
That's
same
illegal.
thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Like that's
No,
totally
it's
different.
not. It's
How is
close.
it not
It's
the
not
same
the same thing.
Legally, if someone angle shoots you hard enough, that only the second dual ball counts, I think.
Wait, why? Hold on, explain this. Why is that not the same thing?
Well, first off,
You
They
could
get
just
to
play
see
a
the
dual ball and
results,
flip
man.
two, and then you say, oh, I'm just going to play another
well,
one.
think about it.
Start
If
playing.
you get
win
two,
it, you might not have to play the second one.
Yeah.
If the results are good.
yeah, like
I guess.
say you only actually need 2 Pokemon, then you just play the first one and you go,
Play 'em.
what?
Pretty much always going to play dual balls if you have them.
No, not all the time. Sometimes you want to save it for Mewtwo Wars.
Most of the time you're going to play them.
I mean, it depends
Alright.
on what part of the game we're in. At the beginning, yeah, probably. Anyways, I think it's bad practice. People shouldn't do it. I'll let it go because it's not a huge deal, right? But I could see someone just going like double dual ball and then flipping like 3 heads, and then someone just going, whoa, 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 those 3 heads don't count, right? I don't know, you know. And then you could be like, because you can make the argument that the first dual ball you succeeded and chose not to pick anything, and then the second one, then you played a second one right away.
Well, I think the reason why it's messed up is you could like play 2 dual balls at once, and then you flip all 4 at once, and then you see, oh, I got 3 heads, which can impact your decision. Like, if you play one at a time, then you flip 1 heads, 1 tails, and you're like, oh, I really need 2 Dynamos this turn, but I'd really like a Thunderous too. And then you have to make a decision, what do I want to get? Whereas if you flip them all at once, and then you got 3 out of 4 heads, the decision's not there anymore, you just take what you would have wanted. But if you had to go 1 heads, 1 tails, and you take a Dynamo, then you flip the next one, and then it ends up being one heads, one tails, then it's a different decision you had to make.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is illegal, I think, in more ways than one.
No, I mean, this is absolutely illegal. I would hope that people don't do that. Like, I haven't had anybody do that to me at a tournament, but if they tried it, I'd be like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah, I haven't had any problems either, but what you're saying is if someone does it, I should angle shoot them hard.
That's not even what he's saying. It's just playing hard.
Yeah, no,
That's giving him an unfair advantage.
Yeah, I agree.
I've seen people do this in testing, and even then I was just like, I mean, I always shrugged it off. I didn't really care. It's up to them, but I would never let somebody do that to me in a tournament, or vice versa. And I would hope people would do the same, because it is a big advantage. Not even a small one; it's a big one. Much bigger advantage than declumping.
Which actually gives you no advantage.
Actually, I'm just kidding.
No. Moving on. I don't even want to ask this question, but I've asked all of them so far, so whatever. Ty Smith asked, is it Kyle's year? Will he win states, regionals, and nationals? And I will say no, and we will move on. And the next question.
Yeah, that's a no. I'm winning
Isaiah
nationals,
Middleton.
so. Woo!
Isaiah Middleton asks, after seeing the final standings after regionals, what do you think the cutoff will be for championship points? He's at 47. Doesn't feel safe at all. And first comment says, you shouldn't feel safe because you're not safe.
That's funny. Great minds think alike.
And the next comment says, that has nothing to do with championship points, though.
No, that's actually around the cutoff problem. Like the
What
more
was
I see
that,
it.
47? I would say get to 50 and you'll feel safer.
Mhm.
I mean, you may be safe, but you won't know for sure until like after nationals.
I think 47 will be safe. Just
I'd be shaking in my boots if I was.
I'd be a little bit on the antsy side if I was at 47.
I mean, I'm sure you can get a point at a battle room, so go for it.
Yeah.
Just don't jump about around to make
Yeah, you gotta make sure you get through that competition.
Or make sure you have a really, really high rating. If you have a high rating, you're fine. Because I think if the cutoff is 47, then I think some 47s are fine.
Yeah, I got even a better solution. Top 8 nationals. They're good. Then you won't have to worry about championship points at all.
That's the crim plan.
Solution.
Oh, it's my solution, but I know it won't happen.
I've done it before, man. I'm not afraid.
It's so hard. It's so hard to do it.
It is.
Alright, next question.
Alright, Adam Garcia asks, Adam Garcia wins regionals, and Naniwa is owning the GSO. Is the world really ending in 2012?
No.
But Naniwa
And-
is going to win this GSL season.
Let me throw another one on top of this.
Or he's
Snooki
gonna make it to the
is
finals.
having a baby, which will be born in 2012.
That
Is
was
the world-
inevitable.
Bro. Snicky's beautiful.
What?
So the-
What? I
He's
have to
being
go.
serious, by the way.
I have to go.
Oh, man.
Oh, the world's not ending.
Moving on.
Alright, Justin Young. How playable do you think Zekrom Eels are after the Roots of Dark Explorers? We've already answered that, but do you think Thunderous will still be in the deck even after Tornadus EX and Zorark are out? So Thunderous, is he still a part of the deck?
Maybe. I would say yes
Yeah.
until the metagame. I would still play it until the metagame develops into a more readable state.
Does it one-shot a Tornado CX with a plus power?
Yes.
Yes.
Then yes.
But the better question, it's better to be like, would you rather play Zekrom?
Oh.
I would probably want to play both, yeah.
Like higher counts as Zekrom. Or maybe your
I
own
would want to
Tornado
have one
CX.
Thunderous. One Thunderous is fine, dude.
Yeah.
Starting with turn one charge is really good. it's just a weak art.
Okay.
Yeah, Thundurus is good. True story. When I play a full art Thundurus in my deck, I always win the tournament. The one
So
time,
the-
the two times I played normal art Thundurus, I lost. The three
Actually,
times I used full art, I won.
I like full art Thunderous better.
Yeah.
Just cuts right to the top, you know? Good starter.
I actually just like it aesthetically.
Cool looking guy. Alright, so then Isaiah Middleton asked, is there anything better than birthday cake Oreos? Personally, I haven't had birthday cake Oreos. Have you guys ever had them?
Well,
Birthday cake
I'd
Oreo.
imagine it's an Oreo cake
Well,
with
that's delicious.
with your name on it. Happy birthday.
I think this is
And,
just a brand of Oreos.
Yeah, I think it's just like an Oreo cookie, because he's calling them Oreos.
Or is he talking about the Oreo Cakesters?
I don't know.
I'm gonna do
I
a
don't-
quick Google search.
Well,
Man.
ask another question, and we'll come back to this one after we Google it.
He guys must be hungry.
Oh, it's an actual Oreo brand. It's like an Oreo with something in the cream. I can't tell what's in it. Looks like sprinkles.
Alright, sure. I don't know. It's good.
Oh, yeah, I think it's just sprinkled
Yeah, it's
frosting.
sprinkles. Just sprinkles.
More sugar can't be bad.
I'm hearing reports that the cream is very good.
It may be more. They may be using more sugar in their cream.
You guys are ridiculous.
Okay. From Jonathan Chaos Santana, will you guys be selling t-shirts at Nationals? And I am going to say that we will not be selling them directly on site. I don't think that would probably get us in trouble, but we will sell them before Nationals so you can have them in time.
Yes.
We're doing another print of those somewhat soon. We'll have t-shirts up for sale. We'll post about that. We'll let you guys know. Same with the playmats. Alright. From Dwayne Bomberg Schonberg again. Said, since you pulled a Tom Dozel on my Groudon EX hopes, I think that means Dream Crush, do you honestly think Darkrai is worth $50? That's what it's going for right now on Troll and Toad. $50 for a Darkrai EX.
I'd say no, but I mean we're right before Nationals, so you don't really want to risk it.
Well, see, I'm going to let you guys in a little secret on my plan for Nationals. I am going to show up with probably 0 of the EXs I need, and I'm going to ask around until I acquire how many EXs I need for the list I want to play. And then after the tournament, I will return them, and I will go on my merry way.
If you don't have friends as gracious as friends, I would recommend just getting them if you're going to actually play if you're confident you're going to play the deck, because I just would not risk anything right before Nationals. Because on site, the prices skyrocket a lot. Literally, you're probably paying like $100 for a Darkrai. Oh man, are we freezing?
No,
No.
I know you guys are just stoic.
just you.
I don't think Darkrai is worth near $50, but that's what people.
Yeah, I don't either.
Will Darkrai be coming in at 10, maybe?
No.
No. Any of these EXs in a 10?
Not that I know.
Oh.
They always make a 10%.
They might come out later. Who knows? And he says, P.S. I will win with Groudon EX somehow.
Good luck.
I hope so.
But if,
Alright,
but if Groudon EX is just in the deck and never actually comes out in the field, I'm not counting it. So you must at least take 2 prizes with Groudon EX in the finals of whatever you win.
Alright, last question from Joel Montemayor. How many Masters attend the Battle Roads that you guys go to?
I'm sorry, what?
How many Masters attend the Battle Roads you guys go to?
I want to say like maybe 30 to 40.
If I did go to Battle Roads, it'd probably be like something silly like 70, but no, I don't go to Battle Roads because they're too far away.
Yeah, let's just go with 30 to 40.
Yeah. I went to one. I think we had 5 rounds. I'm not sure. So.
Usually they end up being 5 rounds, top 4. The limit is top 4.
Yeah.
Alright. That's all the questions.
Hey, we made it.
Woo!
Well, I don't think we would have not made it.
Well, we almost... Do you want me to go back and read that other one?
Yes, please.
He's mad. He put a comment in there.
I did.
Said,
I put all this time and effort into
I
writing.
write 2 pages and you say nothing. Come on, Kyle.
Alright.
I agree with
do
you,
it.
my friend.
I agree too.
Warning, wall of text incoming. Here we
Well,
go.
you don't have to say the whole thing.
Yeah, you can skip the first part. We already answered that.
No,
Oh, this
I'm
is
reading
gonna-
it.
Alright.
Alright, here we go. It says, this is about Zekrom Electric. It says, due to the fact that this deck is fast and hard-hitting, it also has the best range of attackers in the normal build without text. It can play a long game well using its powerful Pokemon and is fairly immune to N Noble Victories number 101 due to its primary source of energy acceleration and being self-sufficient. Thanks to thunderous emerging powers, the deck sets up quickly and simultaneously can be setting up and attacking. In other words, this deck can play every role simultaneously. It is simultaneously a strong setup deck, an aggressive disruptive deck, and is able to win on board and not rely on its hand. This deck has every single thing that makes a good deck in this format. 1. Speed. 2. Comeback potential. 3. Hard hitters and quick hitters. 4. Ability to win once set up without requiring additional assistance. 5. Ability to win without setting up. Thoughts?
Oh, was that it?
I really want to go out and buy some of this birthday Oreos.
Why is my name so much smaller than all your guys' on the stream, huh? Huh?
It's just size is in terms of importance to the Top Cut, so.
So Drew Holden.
Sorry, guys.
Actually, if you must
Okay.
know,
I'm just kidding.
I actually don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I'm not going to say it right now.
I mean, really, what he made was a bunch of statements, which are factual. I mean, they're accurate statements. The deck is good. I mean, we've already answered that part. It's just he's right about pretty much most of this. It hits you from all angles. It's got beefy attackers. It's got fast attackers. It's got great recovery. That's why it's so good.
True story.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Agreed. But my name is a lot smaller, and that's ridiculous. Fix it, Grant.
I can't.
Well, we do it based on the amount of championship points.
Oh,
Wait a minute. That
snap.
does not have...
I
Drew has
should
more
have
than
that
you.
many. I do have more.
Wait, do you? How many do you have?
24.
Oh,
I
snap.
skipped 2 states and regionals.
Free states.
Skip regionals.
I think
Right.
like Kyle, Drew, and mine are about the same size. But I think that's just like if you're over the 20 point and over club. Like if you're in the 20 point or over club, you get a normal size name. But,
Over. You gotta do overtime.
or, yeah, over 20, over 20. But if you're under 20, then it's a shame.
I should be at 20. I think I'm at 20. It's not bad.
You know who's over 20? The Great White Hope. You know, he's actually over 30.
You should be over
I
20.
think.
You should be over 30.
I think he's
I'm
over 30.
impressed now. I'm so.
He might be over 30. If he
Ben
didn't
Potter
drop.
has more points than me.
Well, I think he's at 29.
He won a
because-
state championship.
Oh, he's at 29 because he dropped out of the tournament at regionals. He's just, yeah.
Alright, wrap it up.
Alright, so we're done with the questions, right?
Shout out. Let's go. Yes.
Alright. Playmats. Please continue the playmats. We got some really cool... I looked at them earlier. We got some really cool entries. I'm excited. I still have not seen a Greatest Theoretical Mind playmat. Very disappointed.
Won't.
Oh, I hope we do. But yeah, honestly, thanks a lot, guys, for your for your entries. They're all really cool. Appreciate it.
We get one, you'll never see it.
Oh, I will. Yeah, good luck at the pre-releases. I don't know if we're going to be having a show next week, but we'll let you guys know. And good luck. Take it easy, guys.
All right. Please follow me at Michael Permwatt on Twitter. You know, you guys, thanks for following me and all that. We really put Crim in his place now. I think we're like plus 25 or something like that. So our dominance is only growing. So thank you guys. Again, with the playmat things, yeah, some of the entries are really cool. So keep sending them. If you can maybe send something in with a cat and maybe Crim's face on it, I don't know. Well, that may be in contention for winning. We'll see. At the very least, we can post it as an honorable mention after the contest. Would be pretty good. And I think that's all my personal shout-outs. So, oh, and thanks to everyone who I met at Philly. It was great meeting you guys. Great seeing people again too. For anyone who, yeah. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the Philly stream too. So, look out for those VODs on our YouTube page coming up within the week or something like that. Drew?
Yeah, keep sending the playmat things. I do have a couple boxes of some sets sitting around. Noble victories. I might give one away to the winner. I'll think about it if it's really good. And also, I'm done with tax season now, so I should be having some free time coming up, and I'll fix all the site problems. So you guys can look forward to that. There's a few of them. I hope you don't notice them as much as I do. But continue to use the site.
I was like, what?
Well, I haven't noticed anything bad, so other than it, huh? Yeah. I use the site.
Crim's just signed up for our message board like 2 days ago.
I haven't. I will be honest. I haven't visited our forums that often. I peek in every so often though. But one thing we need is a stream button to the Top Cut 2.
Drew, you were right.
It's not as easy as it seems.
I get that. I'm just saying, it's a little depressing
We'll figure it out.
when Kyle's stream is like way more ahead.
I mean, Kyle's a more important person.
I get
see
that.
by the boldness of his name on the stream right now.
I am fighting this knowing.
We'll see about that.
I can barely read my name. I can barely read.
Alright, so
Why did
let's
it take me to real?
wrap
Wait,
this up.
before you end this, how long has my name been like this?
For a while.
Oh, Kyle's.
I mean,
Kyle's is real small now.
Are we done here?
It's ridiculous.
let me put you back to normal.
Alright, thanks everybody for watching. Visit the site for new videos, playmat contest, etc. The show has taken a very long time. So thanks everybody for watching. See you next week maybe. Take care, etc. Bye guys.
See ya.
Alright, make it bigger, man. There you go.
I
There
did,
you
but
go.
now it's just over your face.
Yeah, that's too big.
It'll be good.